Yo, what's up? How you doing? How you been? Welcome to another episode of Truth Carpet. You are in the room, in the building, in your seat, in your car, in your cafe. You are in it. You are in here. You are with us, with your bestie duo. It is I, Simone Loud, aka Monie, with my best friend. Introduce yourself, boo boo.
I am Yaya, also known as Nikita Banana, also known as That Girl, also known as Unique Love. Hey y'all.
Period. Even though one calls her That Girl, but we're gonna move right along. Welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the Truth Carpet. And if you are a avid listener and A1 since day one, welcome back. Thank you for being committed to having us in your ears. Okay? Because you love to hear what we got to say. Period.
All that.
And for those of you that do not know or did not realize, we are more than halfway through this here season. We only got a few episodes left, and I appreciate those that allowed our technical difficulty to not deter them from coming to tune back on in. Because, you know, we got that content, we got that vibe, we got what you need right here on the Truth Carpet.
Yeah, I'm making this face because I don't think we need to be reminded that we're almost done.
Girl, but you know how it is. You know how it is when we get to that. It's important for us to remember. It's important for us to remember. Yes, it is.
We ain't got it. No, it's okay. Just we remember when we at that second to last episode.
All right, so we can cry on the last one. See you on next season.
Yes.
All right, so we're not there yet.
We gotta keep bringing it up. Let's go.
All right, we won't keep bringing it up. We'll wait till the last episode so you can see our tears drop down our cheeks.
Second to last.
Anywho, so welcome. Right now we're gonna do a little bit of a check-in because it's been about 2 weeks since you last heard from your kids. So, baby girl, how you feeling? How you doing? How you been?
Oh, you called me a baby.
You know what the vibes is. Don't play.
I've been good. Right now, I'm gassy. I had so many vegetables. You didn't know I was going to tell the people.
No, I'm not just going to share that info, but go ahead, girl. Go ahead.
Girl, I am in a 30-year-old club, girl. I needed that Pepsi to help relax this.
You said gas, Pepsi?
Pepsid.
Pepsid, not Pepto?
Yes. Pepsid, yes.
What is Pepsid?
It's a tablet to take when you got heartburn and
like Tums.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a Pepsi.
I'm also drinking my coconut water. I'm trying to relax this gas, y'all.
Come on.
But anyway, other than that, I hope y'all laughing. Or I just hope y'all not disgusted by that. But you know, we human. You know,
it's
the
real.
vegetables.
It's real.
The vegetables, the beans, all those things give you gas. The smoothies probably too. But anywho, because it's kale and spinach and all that stuff inside the. I'm just trying to be healthy.
Hey, but look, at least to relate to the topic for the day, not gonna hold you. Like
I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that.
Yet, but I'm like, I mean, it kind of relate. I'm gonna let it continue. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, I ain't gonna take the mic. I ain't gonna put you on mute.
As long as I ain't constipated. But anywho, y'all, I've been great. It's been hot as heck. Still, we talked about that the last check-in. It's been hot, but I'm in a way better mood. I am happy. Funny, I listened to some of the episode earlier today, so I'm happy that I listened to myself and not following those toxic traits. But like, I'm also happy that I speak up. Like, if I feel like something is going on, something's off, I'm not following the toxicity by ghosting or whatever. If I feel like, okay, I think this, or I feel this, or like I was interested in this thing and now I'm not interested anymore, and I feel like this person or this thing, whatever, is not for me, then instead of ghosting, instead of disappearing, have a conversation about it. So that, I think, helped to fix my mood too. And then also with the person that I said, like, this person kind of acting a little funny, and if I see her or him or they, then I'm just gonna walk past. I'm not gonna say hello. I did make a mistake because it's just human nature. It's just Yaya nature. If I'm walking past somebody, hi, I smile or whatever, because I forgot what my mantra was last week, but I ain't do nothing to them.
That's what it was. I ain't do shit to them.
Yes. So I didn't do anything. So, hey, but then today I'm just like, okay, you obviously walked past me. You know you walked past me a few times. My face was facing the other way, but you know you walked past me on purpose. So I find it when we walk like this, I'm saying hi, but you like making your faces if you don't want to speak to me. That's cool. Fine. I ain't do shit to you. I ain't do shit to you. I didn't do anything to you. Don't know how you feel, what's in your brain or whatever. But it is what it is. Let it be. And I am happy. Whatever Mary J. Blige song is. I just want to be happy. And I'm good. I'm good without you.
Period. Tell him.
Right.
Without you, I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Yeah. I mean, when I say the you, I mean like the worries of that, the stress. You ain't welcome here anymore. I miss Simone's poem. I don't, without worrying about how somebody else, what somebody thinks about you, how they feel, all that other stuff. I'm good. It's the weight off my shoulders. So,
come on.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, peace is. It sounds like peace is your priority. Come on now.
It
yes.
is.
Amen.
It is.
Period.
Yep. Yeah, that's my check-in. How are you?
I am great. I am wonderful. You can't tell. Baby girl is glowing. Okay.
Yeah.
Melanin is popping. Okay. Mind you, I said I was going to start going to the gym more. I have not been going to the gym as often, but I can honestly say I have been working out.
Okay.
How have I been working out? I've been walking. And when I say I've been walking, I'm walking to burn off these calories and get this momentum of being outside, getting some vitamin D, but also taking care of my body. I've come to learn that I actually really like walking. I can walk long distances. I think today I walked an hour and a half and I burned about 400 calories.
Good job.
Just from walking. I think I walked a little over 2 miles. So it's just, just being outside, seeing different things, taking a different route. As long as I got my bottle of water, I drink my little protein shake, I drink water. And that has been like a good, like sound routine for me. I've been highly considering doing like I think it's called a hard 75, whatever the 75-day thing is, because you have to work out twice and one has to be outside. And I'm like, well, since I'm already walking outside consistently, all I have to do is add that one more workout for the day and have it be inside at the gym doing my weightlifting like I'm supposed to. I just haven't feel like lifting no weights, but I've been seeing a significant difference in my body just from walking. Not necessarily my weight, but I can see, like, if you just look at the neckline, look at this, look at that collarbone, look.
Oh my God, you're so extra.
But yes, I feel really good. And I got some really great news today. I'm not going to share it yet. I'm going to figure out when I want to share it. But I mean, of course, my bestie already knows what it is.
And
I told her.
I do.
She
Congratulations.
Told her immediately.
I thought that's the theme of the year. All I want to hear is congratulations.
Congratulations, 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 congratulations. Like, this is just like the midpoint of the year. We're in the 7th month of the year right now. We got about, 5 more to go. So I almost forgot how many months are in the year. But I'm saying, like, just setting the momentum of how you want to, like, end the year, go into the next year. Because one thing about life, it ain't slowing down for us, baby. So I'm just excited to just see, like, where life is officially going for me. Because it's been a long time where I could, like, literally see, like, I can see where my life is going. This makes sense. I'm at the right place at the right time doing the right thing. And this doesn't feel temporary, and I love that feeling. Like, I used to feel like often, like, I ain't gonna be here a long time. I don't like this. The vibe ain't right. But I find myself in a position where I can make a difference, and that means a lot to me. So I'm making a difference in other people's lives while also making a difference in my own life, and that feels amazing, including doing this podcast, okay? So I'm just in a good mood, on a high. I'm going to keep riding this thing till the wheels fall off, and then I'm going to slide it like a sled.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, it ain't going to stop just because the wheels fell off. We're going to slide on that thing, then we're going to fix it, and then we're going to keep rolling. Get something new. We're going to hop into something new.
Keep sliding.
on to the next best thing. So, but yes, I'm glad that you are in a good place. I'm in a good place. Which
we're in a good place.
LoveLoudd LLC is in a wonderful place, and we hope that y'all are listening are in a wonderful place. And if you were not, you tuned in, and now you feel like you're in a good place too. All right, welcome. This is what we do on the Truth Carpet. We bring those positive vibes. We tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth
on the carpet,
and we leave here feeling good with great vibes. All right. So if there's nothing that you want to add, baby, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the rundown.
Jump into the sled, baby.
Period. All right, let's go ahead and slide then. So, in the icebreaker for today, we are letting loose. We are talking about meals or foods that we just do not like. We don't want to eat them. Our taste buds like, they say don't yuck my yum. I'm yucking it all day long. So make sure you tune in to the icebreaker to find out what we do not, will not, cannot eat. Then hang on over into Sweet 223, coming up to the stage, to the mic to give you a little bit of poetry is Yaya Skis. I don't know what it is, but I cannot wait to see what it is that she is going to share with us. I know it's going to be dope. I know it's going to be fire. And I know it's going to be what y'all need to hear today. Then heading on over into the calf, we have a very special guest, my cousin, my blood, Nuké, coming in to talk about all things vegan food, being vegan. What is it? What can we eat? What can we not eat? You know, what are the health benefits of being vegan? If you are interested in being vegan, should you be vegetarian versus vegan? We're talking about it all. All right. We get into the health things of vegan food. What makes it good? All of that. Ooh, I should have some water. Then heading on over into the dorm story, we are going to be discussing the best meals that we could cook. Because me and Yaya be throwing down. All right, we be in the kitchen doing our thizzle, our thing, yay. All right, sometimes, definitely sometimes for me, more than sometimes for me, because I don't even be in the kitchen that often no more. We're gonna talk about that later. All right, then after the dorm story, after this full episode talking about food, we are then going to head on over into the community news. For y'all that know, there is something for everybody, so make sure you tune in all the way to the end so you don't miss out what LoveLoudd has for you. Cool. Period. All right, and that's it. That's all I have for the rundown today.
Yeah, you gave them a lot in that rundown.
I did. I'm excited. I told you I'm in a great mood. You see how this melon is glistening?
Yeah.
I'm really glistening right now.
You know how people say, somebody come get your cousin or your friend? Somebody come get my best friend. Good Jesus.
I mean, they're taking me to dinner. Where we going?
Oh, my God. We're going to a vegan restaurant in Manhattan.
Let's go.
And let's move on to the next segment,
which is the icebreaker.
Yes. It's time to break the ice on the mic. Does that still sound like Blue's Clues?
No, but I thought you was like, it's time to break the ice on the mic. You should have just kept it.
Okay. Because it sounded like I was trying to get sexy or something. Well, I don't know.
I don't know what you was doing.
Can I? All right, it's time to break the ice on the mic. All right, y'all. Monie and I, if you didn't hear the rundown, we are going to be sharing meals that we like and dislike. So 1 or 2 meals that, it's just that dislike. My bad. I can't read today. Like my coworker says, I can't English. All right, so a meal that you dislike, something that you can't stand. I know what your answer is, Monie.
Well, if you already know, let me go ahead and begin. So, at the top of my list, it's not a meal, it's a food. It's a vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like dirt. So before I even say what the food is, I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory. So once upon a time around Thanksgiving, I wanted some leftovers. Went into the fridge. There was a crocker container that had that cranberry sauce in it. I had to top off my plate with a little something sweet with that turkey and greens and all of that. I had to top it off my plate, make it pristine with a little cranberry sauce. So I put it on there. I had it on there good too. Put it right on top of the stuff. And hey, sat down to eat my food, y'all. I dug deep. I took a nice bite. It was not cranberry sauce. It wasn't cranberry sauce. It was beets. It was beets, and I have been scarred for my entire life of eating beets. I don't like how it tastes. I don't like how it look. All right? Me and beets got beef. All right? I don't know why this particular food exists. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
As a child, for you to dive in deep, think you about to get something sweet, and you to have a mouthful of dirt, I wasn't one of those children that like to play outside with mud pies. That was very disgusting to me. Okay? Even to this day, like, y'all know I do juicing every now and again, and that roots juice, it tastes like I am drinking straight out of the dirt. Like they took the beets and the carrots and whatever else right out of the ground, put it in a blender, and then put it in a bottle. That's exactly what it tastes like. It tastes like I'm eating dirt.
And added extra dirt, like a sprinkle of dirt.
Like the Salt Bae. Like, oh my gosh. I can't do beets. Oh, I cannot do beets.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
The first time I had the roots drink, because there's a 1, 2, and 3, I should have written down which ones I liked. Because I remember I had it and I was like, Monie, this is fine. And you were like, no, it's disgusting. Second time I ordered, I was like, bro, I don't know if a different juicer maker made the one that I had before that was better, made it better, but it does taste like dirt. And I've never had like beets by itself. I've never, I only remember having beets one time, which was in Haitians. They make their potato salad with beets.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's more for the color. That's the only time I actually remember or knowingly ate it. But other than that, it's something that I look at and I say, okay, cool, and I walk past it. I never tried to make or remember actually having beets on my plate. So I'm sorry that happened to you. I would be so mad. Like having your mouth fixed for something and then tasting something else. And you were thinking it's going to be sweet and you eating dirt.
And mind you, this is why I despise having leftover butter containers, whatever containers we decided to use to put some food in. How am I supposed to recognize what's in this container?
Right.
Why does these look the same? I wanted the candid, the ones that came in the can, the jellied, the unhealthy cranberry sauce.
Dang, girl. Dang, bestie.
In that dang Crocker container, that brown one. I never forget it. It's in the. I never forget that. Go ahead, girl.
This is so difficult for me. I'm not even trying to be funny. I, for my life, cannot think of a food, a meal that I despise. So I love chocolate. I love a lot of vegetables. I don't eat pork, but I don't know, like, if I tried pig feet or something like that, if I would like it or not. But I can't say that I've had it that I didn't like it. It was just like, I'm not supposed to eat this, so my mom found the turkey version of this. I mean, foods, like, my mom thinks I don't like salmon. It's not that I don't like salmon, Mom. It's the fact that at one period of time you cooked it so much, I was over it. Like,
I didn't want it no more.
Yeah, because she was like, why you like your uncle's salmon? How do I cook mine? I said, it's not that, it's just you made it too much. I'm tired of it. Like when we went down south and my family just kept making spaghetti. It was a lot of kids. Now as an adult, I understand, like, y'all was trying to make it stretch.
Right.
Right, y'all got to feed the cousins, the sisters, everybody, all the kids was down there at one time. So you had to make it stretch. I've eaten guinea pig before when I went to Ecuador, and I ate a freaking cricket when I went to Thailand.
Pause, rewind. Did you say you ate guinea pig?
Yeah, so
like
what
the one that runs on the wheel?
Yes. So every culture has their thing, right? So we went to Ecuador. Of course, I keep ordering shrimp. I love shrimp. And one of the persons that was like hanging out with my teacher, because it was a school trip, ordered guinea pig, and we were all like, guinea pig, how could you eat that? X, Y, and Z. And he said, well, he's gonna order it, and anybody that wanted to taste it can have a little piece. So I didn't have like the whole guinea pig. I had a piece, like a taste of it. I explore food. So, but my thing is texture and smell. So I've smelled things before, like, I don't want to like call any cultures or anybody out, but I've smelled things before. Like the time me, you, my mom, and your mom, we all went to that type of restaurant. The food was great, but I didn't say anything. But the smell, the aroma in the restaurant bothered me. I did not like that. So if it was just like me and you walking down the street trying to find a spot, I would have been like, let's go somewhere else. Like, I'm that person. So the smell has to be hitting, the taste has to be hitting, the temperature of the food has to be hitting. Like, everything has to be right for me to enjoy it. I've had Brussels sprouts before and was like, ew, what is this? But I've had Brussels sprouts and was like, oh, that's how you make it. It's on for now. You know, I've had okra and I'm like, ew, it's so slimy. But I've had okra as chips or okra, like, it, for me, it depends on how
okra.
Yes, I've had regular pickles. I've had fried pickles. I had sweet pickles, like all different types of things, but everything is not like the way that you cook it and prepare it and everything. That's what I've learned with exploring foods. Everybody, if you know me, you know me. I like to just try different things. So it's very, very hard for me to sit here and say I will all my might despise this. I can't think of it. If I do think of it by the last episode, I will let y'all know. But I've had sweet potato fries. I've had curry sweet potatoes. I've had sweet potato as a sweet potato. Like just everything is just so much fun. How you can the things that you can do with food. So freaking what is it called? Zucchini. You can make noodles with pasta with
I
that.
love
Like it's just
zucchini.
so many things that you could do with food. So yeah, the girl that ate tasted guinea pig. The girl that had pork chop and her mom said we don't eat pork, we gonna eat turkey chops. And the girl that had a cricket in another country. I just love food. It's just hard for me to pick something that I don't like. But if it stinks, I'm not eating it. And if the texture is off, I can't finish it.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna use something else I don't like. Celery. I do not like it. I don't like it. I don't care if it's dipped in ranch. I don't care if it's with a buffalo wing. I don't care if it got peanut butter on it. And that's how they tried to give it to me as a kid, with peanut butter on it and raisins. Like, what is
good? This? Raisins.
Yes, they put peanut butter and raisins. It's called like something on a log or something. I can't remember what it's called. But yes, you put the peanut butter in a little crevice and you put little raisins on it. Anyway, I can't do it. It's stringy. It tastes like nothing. And it's I don't know. It's the string, the mostly the stringy part of it. I'm like, I can't with the texture of the celery. And then like, it's just, I'll take a raw carrot over celery any day. I cannot do the celery.
I enjoy celery. For me, I don't like the stringiness of it because it's like, how am I supposed to eat this? So I do have to have it chopped into smaller pieces. I do like the celery with the peanut butter on it. And I like celery inside coconut water. So celery, coconut water, a little lemon juice, and I forget what else. It's a really great drink, and it flushes you good. Maybe I should have that to get rid of this gas.
I've had celery juice. I don't like it either, but I'd rather have it in juice form than chewing it.
Okay.
I can't do it. It's too stringy. Even with ranch, it's just like, honestly though, I think I've had it in like pastas, but it was diced real good, so it didn't really bother me that it was in there. But trying to take
what it tastes good in?
What?
So, like some soups or potato salad.
Yeah.
But it has to be smaller pieces. It can't be like a big chunk.
Minced.
Yeah, like because it gives you that texture, that crunch that you need in that potato salad.
Yes, absolutely.
That's texture for me.
Ooh, that's how I am with onions. They gotta be diced. They gotta be minced. I can't do
like yours caramelized.
I like either caramelized or they have to be minced really small. Like I can't do like a raw onion on a burger. Ugh.
She don't like it raw, y'all. She don't like it raw.
I do not like it raw. I prefer it glazed and glistening.
Well, do you have anything else so we can move on to the next segment? Do you have anything else you want to share with the people?
I mean, I do, but I don't want to hold us up. Well, okay. No, it's more like a fact. So, one thing that I absolutely cannot eat that everybody finds so freaking interesting and everybody also forgets until I remind them is citrus. But the main thing is oranges. Like, like when I go out to places, I'll be like, hey, I would love a mimosa, but like, give me some champagne and cranberry juice. Give me champagne, whatever other juice you got. I can't do orange juice. So mainly like with citrus, it's supposed to be like grapefruit, lemon, lime, oranges, but oranges do the most damage. Even pineapples. Pineapples are included in that category too. But the main thing for me is oranges. I don't break out as bad as I used to. And I even at one point I drank orange juice just to see like, am I immune to this now? Am I still allergic? I didn't break out in hives like I did when I was little, but my face still broke out. So I can tell like if I've had something like a drink or something, when I look at my face the next day, I'm like, something had orange juice in it. It definitely shows on my face. So, but I did want to share that. Most people are surprised, like, that's a weird allergy. I've never met anybody else that
is not weird.
And that's what I usually hear. It's either because I'm the only person that they know that they've ever heard of that allergy, because for the most part, I've never met anybody else that has an allergy to oranges.
I've heard allergies. It's so many different types of allergies. But I feel bad for people who have allergies, especially peanut allergies, because there's a peanut oil. So having to go, well, you don't have to go, but going to restaurants, finding out what kind of oils they're using to cook the food. A lot of the times the servers don't know what's being used to cook the food. So it's like a big risk that you're taking. Or like going to some restaurants and people are allergic to prawns, which is shrimp, and then they use the same oil to fry the fish and fry this, and then it's like, oh, I can order the chicken, but y'all use the same grease because y'all dirty to fry something else, and now somebody's breaking out because they're so sensitive to that. But I'm just, thank God I'm not allergic to that, because I've known this woman who was allergic to bananas, nuts, like so many things. I'm like, dang, she knew how to throw down. Like she made some good banana pudding and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I was like,
she made banana pudding and couldn't eat it?
She made a lot of things and couldn't eat it. But what I'm saying is, I'm glad that I'm not allergic to anything. So I can't imagine.
Hey, I'm glad it's just oranges. I don't feel like I'm missing out on nothing.
Yeah. But thank you for sharing with the people the things that you dislike and that you're allergic to. And that is it for our icebreaker segment. Woo!
Now we're going to head on over into Sweet 2, 2, 3.
Let's go. Welcome to Sweet 223, which is our poetry segment. I feel like it's been so long. It's been too long since you've been gone.
Hey.
But if this is your first time listening to our podcast, this is our poetry segment. And today I am going to be your special poet. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this original poem. Some of y'all may have heard it before, so act like y'all didn't. This poem is entitled Untitled. Been up since 8 writing this here poem, gathering my thoughts since I have time alone, to let my fingers print over my laptop's keys, freeing my thoughts, put them at ease. Sound memories of you and I play on repeat, just as our reality has done the same. Having moved on from others, though there remains a flame that I can't tame. I reminisce on the time you pointed out that no matter what I did when entering a space, I always came back to plant sweet kisses on your face. Appreciative, you were for me and I was of you too, because throughout our journey, you've been supportive, accommodating, honest, and true. And whenever I needed you, you always came through. Damn, it all makes sense why my mama liked you. Like a pencil to a cassette tape, my yearning of you keeps pulling me back. For whatever reason it is, I find myself waiting and enwrapped, excited about what could be, but nervous about what may not come. But let me push away fear and share what I feel in some. My heart's no longer on the run. Ego and pride put to the side. I'm typically humble, but for some reason, I'm wanting to find out if you're my guy. Wanting to explore the possibilities of a long-term loveship, but taking it at a responsible pace. Hoping you're reading this with an understanding that I'm not moving with haste. Wishing we could hit up the basketball court or have meals and watch shows together like we used to. Wanting to visit museums or just kick it. Doesn't matter what it is as long as I'm with you. Ushering in my feelings, disclosing my confessions. Either this is going to be a classic hit or a value lesson. One I'm no longer afraid to learn. One sparked by a fortune cookie and followed up by this here poem. We be on cloud 15, but you're my favorite view. Been at it for years, panoramic on and off. I've considered you my boo. More than your little yeah, and I can't say that you're just a friend. Wanting to end this game of double dutch, so I'm dropping my pride and jumping fully in. No matter the time that's lapsed, you never hesitate to swing my way. But this time, I'm hoping we'll both stay. At least long enough to bring color to the space that's been gray. Perhaps what we have is unfinished business. Perhaps it's reason why I get lost in our kisses. Lost each and every time I gaze into your eyes, hypnotized by your smile, wrapped in your embrace. If I'm lost, please, leave me here for a while in this cozy space. Because tonight, I want to dance with you. Perhaps we'll fall in love and the DJ will play a slow jam, whisking us from something untitled, where we're just letting it be, to a blissfully perfected melody, orchestrated by me and my baby. Before I wrap this up, There's one last thing I've got to say. When I said I missed you, I meant it in every kind of way. So hold me closer than you've ever held me before, because this back and forth is simply something I can't ignore. I want to explore your mind and take a tour of your world and grant you a chance to do the same. Take a journey to see if I'm meant to be your girl. And if nothing comes from this, at least I've got this poem. You'll be a fine memory embedded in my brain. Love's favorite song. Poem.
Yes. Come through, come through, come through, come through.
Thank you.
Love it. So rhythmic, so smooth, storytelling on point. I love it. But I'm like, ooh, muse, honey, muse.
This is one of I have two poems that are my favorite. They're actually the last two that I've written. And that's the last poem that I wrote. Um, the inspiration behind the poem is exactly what it says, the back and forth, the on and off with a particular person, but not really giving it a chance. And like I said earlier in the last podcast, I have the quote unquote toxic trait of snipping things, cutting things, and not really fully giving things a chance. So I tend to spin a block on things or on people. Not recently dating. So if I dated you recently, don't think I'm talking about you. But with people that I like cut things off with. So this person, I cut things off. I actually ghosted this person, but like time and time again within years, I would just like think about the person, wonder what if or whatever the case may be. Um, and yeah, I at the same time, the person is into music. I couldn't remember. He's into music, and I've always wanted to have a poem that I played with songs, but I couldn't figure out how. And it was one night, I'm like trying to I was listening to songs to make sure that the lyrics of those songs made sense, and it just all came together, and I loved it. And then someone challenged me to add a little bit more or whatever, but I'm like, you asking too detailed questions. Like I still want there to be a mystery or like some kind of fit for it. So I did ask, and I give kudos to that person. If you're listening, you probably are. You know who you are, so thank you for pushing me to add more to that piece. But yeah, I love this poem so much. Like I don't love that person, don't want to be with that person, but I'm glad that that happened because, like I said at the end, if nothing comes from us, at least I have this poem. And yeah, I'm a rock with this poem. I love it so much.
Yeah, I love it. It reminds me of like
A girl that you once knew.
that part, but it it also just reminds me of like just recalling like being in something that just made you feel good. Like even though I feel like sometimes as women we have these inclinations and these instincts, so it's like I don't really think this is gonna go anywhere.
Yes.
But it feels nice, so I'm gonna rock with it for now.
Yes.
Just because sometimes being honest, like sometimes you just want to have somebody to talk to. Just have like the intimacy of like being around someone, having that conversation, you know. But then also reminding yourself, like, dang, I can't force nothing. Like, I
Right.
want you to want me too. You know what I'm saying?
Reciprocity.
In the way that I want you. Like, you talking friendship, you talking about going with the flow, you talking about let's see. What is that? What is that
What we
even
seeing?
mean?
I see you, you see me. What we gonna be? Honey,
But I'm like, but
baby.
it also sucks because it's like, but it feels nice. But on this hand, it's like, what the hell? Like, why be stuck in this up and down, unbalanced limbo, trying to be like, you know? But I
Yes.
feel like sometimes we just do it to ourselves. We be knowing, but then sometimes we allow it to keep going.
Yep. And
But
I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, it's not just one person. There's been three people in my lifetime that I wanted to spin a block on. And for not the purpose of the poem, but in those situations, I start thinking about just the positive things. And I know the negative things, but I'm pushing those aside because I'm so like lusty eyes. Like, oh, I want that, the nostalgic part of the positive parts of it. It feels good to connect to that. But then after a few weeks or so, it's like, the negative of it is showing itself. Like, they're acting it again, or those things coming up again of why y'all broke, severed. anyway. So is it really a toxic trait that I cut you off? Maybe I saw the signs early and was hopeful. Like, people say women are, they see too much of the what is it called? Like what things could be, what that person can be, opposed to what they're
Potential.
showing you. Yeah, the potential of what could be between y'all or him or whatever the case may be. But that reminder, boy, you listen to that gut. And I used to feel some type of way like, oh, I should have told him this, like I didn't want you. But sometimes it's good to leave off on the like not letting that person worry, like, like, oh, I like the way that things happen with the people that it happened with. I don't have any regret of like, oh, I should have told him that I didn't want you anyway. Like, it doesn't have to be nasty. It could
Right.
be like, okay, I'm just checking in. You feel this way? All right, cool. I don't gotta share with you how I feel. I don't gotta know why you feel what you feel. It is what it is. Cool. But when that happens, and this is nothing against like people that spin about, because look at Shanti and Nelly. Like, sometimes you need that time apart to come back together, a new person, like two new people or two mature people. But sometimes what I felt in that poem, it feels so good. The revisiting of that thing, or even if it's a brand new person, just feeling like you have a connection with somebody, just kicking it, doing whatever it is. Like, you know how they have the memes of the man saying, "You want to go with me to the," before you can finish the sentence, the girl is already ready to go. It just feels nice to be with him or her or whoever that person is that you're kicking it with. I want to have that again. I want to feel that again.
You will.
I
One of
will.
these days.
Amen.
One of these days, you will feel it again, girl. It's coming. We're not gonna go into it. It's just Sweet 223. It's not the hot topic.
Right. Yeah. But thank y'all for tuning in to this week's Sweet 223 segment. And now we're going to be moving on to our next segment, which is Hot Topics.
All right. That was okay. It wasn't too bad. It was okay.
I got gas in my chest, girl.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's go. Hey y'all, welcome to the cast. The Hot Topic segment. We have a special guest sitting up in here with us. And I think that we have to say, because we in the cab, we're gonna be talking about food. We with my cousin, okay? My vegan cousin, the one that works out, keeps it in shape, keeps it right and tight, what she puts into her body and what makes her feel good and look good. Period. Family, welcome Nuké to the cave. Welcome to the True Carpet Cousin. What's up?
Hey y'all, thanks for having me.
I feel like there should have been a blowhorn after all that introduction. That was a nice introduction. Right.
I'm just saying, shoot, y'all see the hair, y'all see the face, y'all see that melanin. We're going to get into it, right?
So Monie did a very, very, very nice introduction. Welcome to our podcast. But if you were to introduce yourself, how would you go about introducing? Oh my God, I feel like Monie last episode. Tongue twisters. How would you introduce yourself to people who don't know you?
Wow. The people who don't know me, now I feel like I have to give a formal introduction because I do go by Nuké, but my name is Nuké. It means love from the womb. So
Ooh.
It is a Nigerian name. My full name is Nigerian, but I do go by Nuké because I find that to be a lot easier, and I feel like, I grew up with that being my nickname. But aside from that, I'm originally from California, but I have lived a lot of places. California, Tennessee, now Pennsylvania, and I'm a Philly girl now. I hate saying that because I'm really a Cali girl at heart. But
period.
I've been here over 10 years. Everyone is forcing me to say that I'm a Philly girl, but I'm a Cali girl. But I've been here for 14 years, and I'm a personal trainer, and I've been training since 2016, and fitness, everything health and wellness is my cup of tea, and that's what I love to do.
Oh, that's so cool. Monie talks about you all the time, so I know. I'm like, okay, that connects. It's all one cousin. The fitness and the vegan is all one cousin. All right, I'm putting it together. So Monie introduced you as a vegan. A lot of people don't know what it means to be vegan or what a vegan is. So can you let us know what that means?
You start with a little bit of a curveball.
All right.
Okay.
We love curves and balls.
In more recent years.
I can't.
that racket. In recent years, learned to re-identify myself as being plant-based and not necessarily vegan.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is because vegans are hardcore. Like, I'm a very disciplined person, but typically when it comes to someone being vegan, they're more so doing it for not just like the environment, but they're also doing it for the animals as well. Now, while I love animals, I did not become plant-based because of the animals. I did it because of my own, health and wellness goals. So I try not to, like, when I speak about it, I try to say that I'm plant-based, like 100% plant-based. So I don't have any animal byproducts, which is considered vegan. But as far as like all of the ethics behind it is the reason why I'm kind of straying away from necessarily saying I'm vegan, if that makes sense.
It totally makes sense because my next question was going to be, are you vegan inside out? Because I know that vegan, like you said, you're thinking about the animals too. So your mascara, your clothes, you can't wear boots with the fur, none of that, because you care about all of that too.
Yeah, and I would say I'm not that so far to where if I see a little chinchilla, like we was in Alaska, I saw that chinchilla, baby. If I got the money, we're throwing the chinchilla on, okay? It's here for a reason, now. It's here for a reason. But I don't I will say this, I don't believe in like animal cruelty and all of that. Like if animals have to suffer and go through, brutal things in order to get a product, I'm not for that. So when it comes to my skincare, when it comes to my hair care, I do use products that are classified as vegan, that are like animal cruelty free and that type of thing. But when it comes to like the foods that I'm eating, all of that is mostly plant based. But I'm not eating because I don't want them to die, or I'm not eating fish or whatever because they have to be taken out of the ocean. That's not me at all.
Okay. So there are different types of diets that are out there. So you have the vegans, pescatarians, well, vegan and plant-based, pescatarian, vegetarians. When you decided to, this is an assuming question, but you can correct me. When you decided to go plant-based, did you take steps and become pescatarian first, whatever the case may be? Or were you born this way, like plant-based, since you came out the womb?
Absolutely not. The girl loves some meat. Loves the cheese, like everything. When I say everything, everything. Like I said, I lived in Tennessee for 8 years. We eat everything there. Ribs, like all of that. Crabs, that was life. But I will say, for me, the transition came. I would say 2013 is kind of when I got like super particular about the things that I was eating. So while I wasn't classified as anything yet, I was still eating meat at the time. I wanted to find ways to be cleaner, to get better results with my workout. And so I actually became a pescatarian. So pescatarians eliminate meat, but they still eat dairy. They still have like your eggs, and then they'll have fish. That's like where they get, their protein from. But the rest of the diet is basically like a plant-based diet. They just eliminate like the beef, the pork, the chicken, thing. So I started off as pescatarian, and then I want to say it was in 2017, I actually observed Lent with my church and basically did something similar to like a Daniel fast, which is like basically plant-based, where for that 40 days, you don't eat anything that is, a byproduct of an animal. So that's how that started. After that, the 45-day period was over, I loved my results because I was still working out the entire time. So once I saw, I was like, oh no, this works, and it works for me. So I went literally cold turkey from being a pescatarian to just drive like literally headfirst into being plant-based. And I haven't looked back since. It's been almost 7 years. So.
Yes,
period. Come through.
And I love that you said for you, like you said, this works for me. So you found something right. And it kind of connects to what you were saying earlier, vegans being hardcore. You explained it Webster wise, what that meant. But also when you said it, I thought of how people feel like when vegans come around, they're like, I don't want to say it the wrong way, but I can only say it this way. Like they are like basically protesting against you if they see you eat chicken or they see you eat certain things. So I love how you said for me, yeah.
Yeah, I think I've experienced it because, like, when I first, because I think initially I was vegan, and I think when I first made that transition, it was kind of like taboo, like, "Are you're here, so we got to put this away," and it's just like, no, do you? If that's the lifestyle that you want to lead, I am all for it. Like, I will support you. I'm not. The one thing that bothers me the most in this day and age is like the what you call it, keyboard heroes who be going in on people on social media, like, "Oh, you're a meat eater and you're such a horrible person." It's just like, hold on.
Yeah.
Like, if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, but doesn't mean you put somebody else's lifestyle down, you know.
Exactly. Come on, speak on it.
Like, I'll say this, as a plant-based person, I love to cook. I will cook meat for other people. I'm just not consuming it. So it doesn't gross me out, because I've had those comments like, oh, like people be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm making this." And I'm like, the smell isn't gonna gross me out. Like, it's like, I didn't like the way raw chicken smelled when I just eat the chicken. So not gonna change anything. Like, I will respect whatever your, eating habits or lifestyles are now. If you're just doing too much, I will try to help you get on a healthier path. But I'm not gonna shoot you down for eating meat. I think that's
I love that. Yeah. So I would say that's one misconception that people have. Just because you're plant-based, you don't want to be around any other meats or whatever, or people feel like you may feel offended if they post something on their story and you see it. Are there any other misconceptions that you get as a plant-based person?
all we eat is air.
Not air.
Leaves. I got the most I heard. You want some leaves?
Like, all you eat is salad. I want salad.
Now that I'm offended by it, because it's just like, don't that's the real one. I get, you want a salad? No, I want food. And I tell people a lot of times that if you look at your plate, typically 60 to 70% of your plate is size. It's not even the meat. The meat is normally like this. And so if I take your sides and I just eliminate the butter, I have plant-based butter. I eliminate the cheese, I have plant-based cheese, whatever, like the seasonings, we're eating the same thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that it's just so like, oh, that's not what I'm doing, so it's wrong, or I don't like that. And it's like, you gotta open your mind, you know?
Right. People be so quick to shut things down and never even tried it. Never even tried it. Don't even want to take a chance and taking a taste. Go ahead, taste this. Matter of fact, I thought I was gonna start cooking food just to have people taste it. Be like, that ain't meat in there, right?
Yeah.
Like,
people, when I make my food, I love to cook, and so I take it to them. They'll eat it. Oh my gosh, this was so amazing. What was it? Oh, it was all plant-based. There was no meat in there anywhere. No way. I made plant-based meatballs. I've done the mac and cheese. I've done the pesto pasta. And people like have no idea until I tell them. They're like, no way. Oh my gosh, I would never know. That's the point. It's food. Like, you'll be fine.
Right. People act like it's something totally different. It's all, like you said, it's all food. So I had an experience when I went to my cousin's house. He's vegan, plant-based, and he hosted a party, but not everyone that came was plant-based. So he just set things out. He said, there's some regular, quote unquote, regular stuff, and then there's also vegan stuff. And people came in, oh, I'm not eating the vegan stuff. So, but they forgot which charcuterie board was what. So they was tearing that vegan dip up, tearing the vegan cheese up, everything. I was like, so he taught me, because I had a party. So I love plant-based. I love all foods. You can't, unless it's pork, I'm going to eat it. So I made sure I had vegan ziti and meat ziti. This vegan and that not vegan. And my cousin was like, you just got to stop telling people that it's vegan. They're going to eat it. And I stopped. So I stopped, and they were just tearing everything up. I said, okay.
For a friend of mine from baby shower, and I made some plant-based dishes, and then they had all the regular food. Why was mine going first? I was like, wait.
I need to eat too.
And once you tell it, but you enjoyed it.
Right. The key word there is discrimination. They're discriminating against the types of food or whatever. Just because there's a label on it, it's keeping them from eating it. But once you try it, then you enjoy it.
Right.
That's the topic for
Come
another
on.
conversation.
Right. I just
Discriminating.
discriminate on food that don't taste good. That's what I discriminate on. If it don't taste good, I don't want it. Leave it. Get it from in
Right.
front of me. I am not that picky. As long as it tastes good, I'ma eat it.
The only issue I have is with texture. The texture not right. But other than that, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
That part.
So you brought up some different dishes that you made. Your pesto pasta, that stood out to me, and different things that make the meatballs. Oh, those are always a hit whenever I have them. Vegan meatballs. Oh my god! But what's your favorite vegan meal? Whether you make it yourself or vegan restaurant?
So I did say pesto pasta because I love pesto. I love making pesto from scratch. I think it's such a beautiful dish, and you can use it for so many different things. So I love making it with pasta. I actually made like a pesto hummus before, which is really good.
Oh, I'm coming over.
Try it. Really good. But I don't know if I really have a favorite food, but I would say pesto would be like up there is like one of my favorite things to make.
Okay, so all right, let's.
Pizza. I love making pizzas, like from scratch.
Okay.
I love to cook, so I like to do things from scratch. So
Yes,
anything
that's
bread
fine.
related, that's right up my alley.
She get in there with her hands.
Rolling.
That's so cool. So let me ask it this way and see if your answer changes. You meet a boo. It's y'all's first time hanging out at your place. Y'all been out before, whatever. So now you're fine with having them come over your house. And you have to make a meal that's going to make them like, ooh, I love her. What are you making?
Ooh, let me think. What do I make it?
Yeah, I want to know what you making too, so I can come over.
It's so funny because I feel like what's trending right now is like all these marry me dishes. Like they have like the marry me chicken or the marry me chickpeas. But I feel like for me, it would probably be. Oh man, you got me with this one. Okay, one of the things I really like to make is called zuppa toscana. It's like it's a.
You make a vegan version of that, girl? Oh, I'm definitely coming over. That's my
heard of
favorite
this.
soup. That is my favorite soup, okay? Yes. Ask Auntie Kita and Mama. Yes, that's my soup, okay?
Oh, I never heard of this. Okay, I gotta Google this.
I love zuppa toscana, and I found a way to make it my version. So it has like your kale, it has your cream, it has your like the meatiness, the potatoes. Yeah, you put a little bit of rustic bread on the side. Chef's kiss. I got you guys.
Okay.
Yes, you're gonna have that man too. Let me take. Ooh, yes. Ooh, I can't wait.
Very savory dish, and it's very comforting. So it's like when you that first bite, just be like, yo.
Yeah, and I love me some zuppa.
That might be the one.
Yes. Oh yes. So yeah, definitely.
Hopefully he is the one, because you said chef's kiss. I said he gonna want to kiss you too after that meal.
Right. Yes, zuppa toscana. I was not expecting. I was just gonna say pesto pizza.
Again, right? With some wine.
People really like my burgers. I feel like guys. I feel like guys love burgers. I feel like a burger is an easy one, but like just an actual meal, I think the zuppa would probably take.
I think so too. It's
I mean, it's so many things. Like if I'm thinking about it, it really just depends. I feel like what the person likes because I make a really good pesto lasagna too. So I mean, you can go so many different ways.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm coming over for the buffet.
Yes.
I love to make a spread.
What I like about this conversation right here is that there's no limitation. A lot of people think if you become plant-based, there's a limit to it. You can only eat beans, you can only eat this or whatever, but you can make it what you want it to be. I mean, there are some vegan and plant-based cookbooks, but if you are a person who likes to explore in your kitchen with different recipes and different things aside from meats, there's no limitations at all. So if you love pizza, there's a vegan version. If you like chicken, get you some mushrooms and fry those things and just season it well so that it tastes like that. It reminds you of that.
I have to remind people of that too, because even when you think about meats in and of themselves are very bland. You typically have to add your seasoning and your flavor to it. And that's the same with anything else in the kitchen. In order to make it palatable for a lot of people, you have to, doctor it up. And so, like, for me, like, when I went to these, I hated mushrooms. Like, you could not get me to eat mushrooms. Like, just forget about it. Like, I'm like, oh, like, no, thank you. But now, since I've been exploring and I've been finding different ways to cook them, there's so many different types of mushrooms that I never even knew existed outside of just like the white button and the cremini. Like, there's so many. Across the plant-based social media world, there's like the lion's mane, there's the trumpet, and you could do so much and manipulate them so much for them to be, what you want. So,
right. Yeah, I love a good mushroom.
I know I do.
So right. You mentioned earlier your journey, becoming pescatarian, going through the Daniel's fast, your 40 to 45 days, and you saw the health benefits that were right for you. Aside from, well, I guess maybe with working out, what are the top benefits that you would say? So aside from like having a fit bod or whatever, are there other benefits that come with being plant-based? And let me say this too, just because you're plant-based doesn't mean that you're going to be like slim or whatever. You can be whatever size, but let's go back to the question. What are some right? What are some health benefits that comes with being being plant-based?
Right. So I think the first health benefit that I recognized for myself was how much leaner I was. My body fat percentage dropped down tremendously when I first started. And I also noticed that my something that what's known as like visceral fat is like the unhealthy fat around your organs stayed at a very low number because I wasn't consuming a lot of fried things. I didn't have a lot of fatty meats and things anymore, or some of the cheeses. And I think in the beginning I experienced a lot less bloat. Now, because I'm a bready and I do like beans and stuff like that, those things will bring on the bloat. But I will say initially that was like the biggest thing, just realizing how much healthier I was, not just aesthetically on the outside, but on the inside, how my body was able to operate. And I think the second thing was clear skin, because I was having like, once those early 20s, my face started going crazy. I was looking real rough out here. I think as I continue to explore and find out about different herbs and things like that, learning what, the different things that we consume, how it affects our skin, how it affects our hair and our nails and all of that. And so I think that would be the second thing, actually aesthetic, my hair being healthier, my skin being clear, my nails being stronger and not being, brittle and that type of thing. And I would say one thing I did not notice, which I feel like a lot of people do say, is that they feel like their energy levels increase. I just didn't feel like my energy levels increased likely because I was still pretty active, so it just wasn't a thing for me that I noticed. But I know that that does happen for a lot of people. They feel less sluggish and things like that.
Girl, thank you. I what you call it? The fat that start with a V. I was like, oh, what is that?
Visceral.
I was like, fat is fat, and I want it to go away. I want it to be lean.
Yeah. It's the cookies for me. Even the vegan cookies, I'll be tearing them up, girl. Oof.
Like, because people, I see under so many like plant-based or vegan influencer pages who may be a little bit heavier, people commenting like, well, if you're vegan, if you're plant-based, why aren't you skinny? And it's like, that's not how it works. Like, you still are pretty much what you eat, especially if you're not active, if you're not working out. So if I'm still using, like, if I'm using items that are labeled vegan or plant-based that are processed, that are still full of chemicals and things that are my body is not easily able to absorb and digest and process, I'm going to be carrying a little bit more weight. If I'm still, indulging in bread, because like I said, I'm a bready. The only thing that saves me from not getting thicker with my bread is not eating it. So it's just like, I really hate to see those kind of comments, because it's just like, it's the same way, whether you're eating a meat heavy diet or not. It's all about the amount that you're having, because I can be plant-based and be stuffing my face all day long and be 600 pounds.
Yes.
Very true.
The unhealthy fat around my organs, but I may be carrying a lot more weight than I necessarily need to.
Those are some good points. So speaking of other people, my final question for you is, we like to go out, we like to hang out with friends. Have you ever encountered any challenges when dining with family or friends? Whether it's like, let's go to a restaurant, or we're having dinner at this cousin's house. Have you ever encountered any challenges?
Me, no. I feel like a lot of the challenges come from other people, and they're, I don't want to say over considerate, but I may not, they may not want to extend the invite, or they may want to go out of their way to provide things for me. And even if it's a restaurant, it's like, oh, you may not want to go because it's a steakhouse. And again, those things don't bother me. So a lot of times when I'm asked to go out, or if I'm coming to a cookout or something like that, I bring my own food. I'm never
Mm-hmm.
expecting people to be accommodating for me. And I think people kind of have that misconception, like, oh, we gotta make sure, they have everything that you need. And it's just like, no, like if I want to hang out, I'm going to hang out. If I get some fries, I'll be fine. But again, I always stress to people, like, especially when it comes to restaurants, I'm like, I'll go to a steakhouse. I can get my greens, my potatoes, whatever, and just ask them not to put butter. I could just ask them to switch it out with olive oil. And I've done that a lot of times. So I try to encourage people to, like, hey, listen, don't worry about me. Like, this is my lifestyle. And so I'm going to show up in whatever space and do what works for me and what I need to do for me.
I love the fact that you said you're not expecting people to be accommodating to you, because there are
Mm-hmm.
people that have that expectation, but their expectation and based on what they eat is sometimes, for me, it'd be a little unrealistic. Like, baby, you should have brought your own food. Like, how am I going to accommodate you being soy-free, gluten-free, vegan? Baby,
Right.
bring your kitchen with you, because I don't know what to feed you.
Not to
I'm going to give you a salad and you're going to be mad.
Right. Yeah, people are always so surprised. And I'm like, no, like, this is my choice. This is my decision. So I'm going to make sure I'm coming with what's going to keep me good. So I'm not going to come expecting you to, have everything in a row for me. Like, I just feel like that's not fair.
Yeah. I like that you, like you said, accommodate for yourself. I want to answer the question too. So I'm not plant-based, but I do like plant-based things. So I'll get like plant-based mayonnaise or certain cheeses sometimes, because I like to switch it up. But what I love about my mom, shout out mom if you're listening. My brother, my brother's pescatarian, and my cousin, some family members, we all have different diets. So we used to love to put the turkey necks inside the collard greens and the grease from the bacon and all the other stuff. But when my brother switched his diet, my mama, I don't even talk like that.
I'm about to say, who is this person? Your mama.
Greens
Right.
Brought out that southern.
Right. My mom switched up the recipe. She found out about different things that you can do to bring that flavor in, opposed to using the meat. Yes. So that's one thing that I do like. But one thing that I don't like, if it's a family Thanksgiving or a family get together and somebody's just asking you, can you switch the butter that you usually use to vegan butter? You're not really going to taste that change, or whatever the case may be. And then people are just stuck like, no, I'm using whatever I would use. It's like, they just ask you to just switch one thing just so they can have the cornbread. That's it. So there's like ups and downs to it. But like you said, you have to know your audience too. So if you know people aren't going to switch, then you have to make sure that you feed yourself so that you're not going out hungry.
Yeah. Going into somebody else's space, like, I'm not going to come in complaining that you don't have what I eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is your thing, this is your event, or whatnot. Now, if you ask me, don't complain when I tell you. But if I'm just coming in, I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, you knew I was coming. I don't understand why you don't, like, that's just not the right way to be.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Luckily for Nuké though, when we go out, it don't matter. I don't like what vegan spot we going to next.
Love you for that. She be down for any place she be down to go. And the majority of the time, the food is always good.
Immaculate. Girl, what's the place we went to? That Mexican spot, that vegan Mexican spot we went to?
It's called Siete, but they changed their name. It's called Sincere. With Chef Guy, hey Chef Guy, I'm gonna send you the podcast, Chef Guy, because your food
is so good. Oh my gosh, melt in your mouth. At one point, I thought I was eating meat.
Completely plant-based Mexican inspired restaurant, and we had the birria tacos. We had quesadillas. We had churros.
Ooh.
We had so much meat, like the meat, the steak meat and the tacos taste like meat.
Oh,
The
Mona,
way
you
that
sent me the Instagram page for it because she said churros. I'm like, oh, that sounds familiar. Okay, I
girl,
remember.
yes,
It was like churro
so
donuts. Yeah.
Yes.
Drinks. One thing he's gonna do, he's gonna deliver on some food, and it's gonna be good. I have not had anything. Any one of his restaurants that has not been just yes, phenomenal.
amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing. I can't wait to go back.
The
Yep.
Nipsey, it's a Greek inspired Mediterranean style. I can't wait.
Nice.
Plant-based. Plant-based. I can't
And
wait
that's
to
one
go.
thing. That's one thing I love about the New Jersey, New York area. There's so many restaurants that's popping up that are plant-based, and you don't have to, like, I used to always drive to New Brunswick all the time to go to this restaurant called Veganized, but now I don't have to drive down there. I can just walk outside. There's a plant-based restaurant right here that I can go to, or drive
Yeah.
5 minutes. It's just popping up. I love this. Different
Yeah.
styles, Mexican, American. I love it.
There's so
So
many.
many.
When I said not just plant-based and vegan restaurants, but they're like 5-star
Yeah.
vegan restaurants. Like we don't really have that scene in Philly. Like in Philly, we have a lot of like vegan fast food, and I'm not always a fan because a lot of it is like the fried, like just like you know how fast food is. But
Hmm.
to actually have a meal that is like you know solid, you got your meat substitution or whatnot, your veggies, your carbs, whatever. It's beautiful. Y'all have it up there. Y'all really do.
And it's such a match that sometimes I forget, like, because I go on my I'm vegan right now phase, my 2 month, and then I go to a restaurant and they're like, oh, we have escargot, we have this, and I'm like, oh, I'm vegan, I can't get that, and I forget it's a vegan restaurant, I can have it, like.
It's funny. I experienced that a lot when when I first started like venturing into like vegan restaurants. I would go and I'd be looking at them and be like, wait, calamari. Yes.
Yep. Especially at the Chinese store, I'm like, oh, I can't have wonton soup because it got this and that, and I'm like, oh, I can because it's vegan. I love
You
that.
forget you vegan. That's the funny part.
No,
I'm vegan
because
today.
I'm like,
oops.
yeah, but no, I don't order it. I say I can't have it but then I forget the whole restaurant is vegan. Everything, the shrimp, the chicken, everything is vegan. So yes, I can have it. Give me that tofu. Give me whatever you made it with.
Yeah.
I will enjoy.
Money, when you came, we went to what is it called, Bar Bon. We got those margaritas.
Yes. Oh, they had that the dip that you doctored up with a little.
Dude, so I will say that I do have to do that sometimes for at least in places here. They're not this always like up to par on the seasoning. So we had like the nachos and the cheese was just a little bit too bland for me. So I had to ask for some salt so I can, you know, spice it up a little
She
bit.
did a thing on that though. I was like, oh yeah, girl, I see what you did there. Hooked it up on the spot.
Yeah. But yeah, like things like that. The first time I went, I don't think I knew it was plant based. So I was trying to order and I was like, we're tacos. Like, why would y'all say that? Why tell me what it is? But I think they're trying to, you know, be appealing to people who are also not vegan.
Yeah, that's a good point too. With the names, I heard people complain about that, saying instead of saying chicken or this or that, just name it something else. But that's a good point, what you said, trying to appeal for people who are probably transitioning or giving it a try.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Who don't know. Like, I do think it is good. Like, if you have your own name for you, but you can still say, like, chicken light, because it's like you're giving me a reference up to what I can compare this to, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's still helpful, too, because if it is a mushroom, like, but you're trying to make it taste like steak, I like it.
Right.
Yeah. Facts. But I don't have any more questions. This was a great conversation. But before we end it off, Monie, do you have any questions for your cousin?
And the fact that she needs to let me know when she's free so I can come to Philly so I can get some of these vegan meals.
That soup.
Especially that soup. Now I know you can make vegan zuppa toscana. I'll be there. But no other questions. But Nuké, baby, before we let you go, we need you to let the people know how they can find you. Stay connected. You know, you do training and all that good things too. They need to know how to connect.
You know, I do. All right, so I will say this: I am not a social media girly at all. However, if you want to find my Instagram, it is underscore Queen and Fit. I'm like, I believe that's my name. Hopefully it is. If not, I'm sorry, but I'm not really a Instagram. I just got on TikTok because, like I said, me and social media, it's just not my thing. But also Nuké on TikTok. There's nothing posted yet, but hopefully there will be something. We'll see. Yeah, that's how you can get in touch with me. Cool.
All right, and we'll make sure we put it down below so the people know, so they can reach out even if they have some more questions about, you know, some vegan recipes and things of that nature. But thank you so much. We appreciate you for coming through.
Thank you.
Love the conversation, educating us on this vegan, plant-based culture. Okay. All right.
For sure.
Of
Bye.
course. Bye.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? In today's Norm Story segment, we are going to be talking about the best meal we can cook, the best one we can throw down. Like, guarantee when somebody eats it, they're going to be like, you put your foot in this, didn't you? You threw down. Yeah. They want you to make it for the events. They want you to make it for dinner again and again and again. You know, I told y'all I'm a side chick. So, but yeah, we're talking about the best meal that we can cook. Yeah, miss, I am hungry. For those that don't know, go ahead and start us off with how you be throwing it down in the kitchen, in the cuisine.
If you know me, I like to experiment with a whole bunch of recipes. So whether that's I'm randomly doing something in the kitchen, or I'm grabbing a cookbook and then adding extra, because you know they just be putting the most basic seasonings on their food. I guess because they gotta think about people's blood pressures and all that. I don't think about people's blood. Sorry, I shouldn't say that on the mic, right? I do want to say this. So I do like to cook the ramen noodles or the yarasupo noodles. Sorry, y'all. If y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all know what I'm talking about.
The instant noodles in the bowl.
Yeah, it's not in the bowl. I probably got one in the fridge. Hold on. I'm right by the fridge, y'all. Yep, I know I got one in here.
We can hear you in the fridge.
So they're not. They're called yakisoba stir fry noodles. These.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
This portion is just a brand, but there are different types that you can get. I'll put you back in the fridge later, boo. But I like to stir fry those, whether it's in a wok. Oh, I forgot. I was going to ask my mom, can I have one of her woks? But let's get back. Sorry. Whether I cook it in a wok or like a saucepan. But I like to cook that with. It comes with a sauce, but I like to use the Asian sauce, the teriyaki sauce. Or they also have like this spicy kind of sauce too. I forget the name of it. It's not English, I don't think. But then I like cut up vegetables to put inside of it. So it could be cabbage, carrots, minced up, onions, garlic, like all that stuff, broccoli, whatever vegetable that you want to put inside it. And then sometimes I'll put meat, sometimes I don't. Most times like chicken or shrimp. That's like my quick instant meal that I like to cook for myself. I don't think I ever made it for anyone. But
she ain't made it for me, I'll tell you that.
I will when you come over. Can you come over? When thinking about this question, I think about I got a new boo. I'm trying to impress that boo. Mm-hmm. So I actually have a funny story, and then I'll get to the answer, which is when I was younger, like early 20s, when I was dating a guy, he said his favorite thing was turkey wings, right? I never experienced cooking turkey wings, and I know my mom makes the best vegetables, so I got my mom to help me. I was like, Mom, can you make turkey wings with the gravy for me? And then I could help you like with the rice and then the vegetables or whatever. And I did help my mom, but she totally made it. And he loved the dish. He said it was very good, like one of the best turkey wings that he had. And I had to tell him, I was like, my mom made this. So I was trying to impress him. But anyway, I think if I was kicking it with a guy, I actually did make this for someone that I was dating. Uh, I would go to lamb chops, but like a lamb shoulder or a lamb steak. I like to make that with thyme, Worcestershire sauce, and onions, and a whole bunch of different other seasonings. Put that in the oven, but you gotta let it marinate overnight. The only thing is, I didn't let that marinate the first time I cooked, so I didn't let it marinate long enough. With a side of either you could put it on top of asparagus, but I didn't want to pass too much gas, so
you in this gas, yo.
I love Brussels sprouts, like stir frying it and let it what is it called? Not burn, but like it get a little
Let it
char.
simmer. Oh.
Yeah, let it char a little bit on the stove top, and then maybe like some little roasted potatoes, the small little potatoes on the side. But I can't do that in the summertime, so I'm thinking like fall, winter. That's what I would cook because anytime I make that, most of the time it hits. As long as I let the meat marinate overnight, we good. But that's what I would cook without my mama's help.
All right, girl, you got me over here hungry. My stomach like, so we gonna eat now or later? Like
Now, later.
Definitely don't need no candy. That's what make my tummy hurt. I need some food. Oh, girl. First of all, you ain't made me no lamb shoulder, lamb chop, lamb steak. You gotta cook that for me too. So I need noodles on one, and I need your potatoes and lamb steak shoulder chops on another one. Hook it up.
Yes.
All right. So for me, I am a fiend when it comes to pasta. Like I don't know what it is about pasta, but I like to experiment with food too. And I experiment the most when it comes to pasta, experimenting with my sauces and the meats that I put in, or if I'm making it vegetarian. So I know for a fact that I mean I'm the same way too. Get a little new boo. I've been looking up recipes. Like, let me make it for me first so I could test it out, make sure it's all right, cool. So now the next time I make it, I know how to really like put my leg in it. So it's three different types. So one is like my Alfredo pasta, whether that's with like chicken or shrimp. I make my own Alfredo sauce. I've played around with it a few different times. I know how to get it to the right like texture, like seasoning, like
yes. It smells good.
Yes, girl, with the feta. Ooh. Either with I usually do it with fettuccine or penne noodles, but oh my gosh, girl,
mind blown. I ain't had none, y'all. Just so y'all know, I ain't had none.
Really?
No.
Oh wow. Okay, now I gotta make you fettuccine.
You cook for me, I cook for you. We cook for each other.
Yes, we gotta do a little potluck now. Bestie potluck. These my go-to meals. It's that pasta. Then there is most recently a jambalaya pasta that I've been trying to experiment around with. It's a little spicy.
Does that have pork in it?
Good. I can make it without pork. I can make it with turkey sausage instead. But there's the jambalaya pasta that I enjoy making, and then there is my favorite is the Philly cheesesteak pasta. Oh my gosh. Once I found that recipe and I figured out how to make it my own, baby.
Wait, the one you had with the lasagna noodles?
No, so that one was it was a lasagna soup. So I didn't want to make actual lasagna. So it's basically lasagna that you put into a pot, and that was delicious. I actually had made that for somebody that I was dating at the time. I put my whole big toe in that one. My. I dipped it all the way in. That was fire. That pasta was so good. So like my go-to, like I feel like if I'm like short on something, as long as I got some pasta noodles and I have a little heavy cream, and I have or some spaghetti sauce, because sometimes I have to cut my spaghetti sauce with the heavy cream because acid reflux. But
yes,
like as long as I can make a pasta, like the noodles, the meat, and the sauce, I can make do with what I got. That little garlic bread. We are Gucci. But then other than that, I am also like, I don't do it as often as I used to. I need to get back to cooking again, honestly. But I am such a breakfast person. I would love to like throw down when it comes to some pancakes. Shout out to my dad for teaching me how to make pancakes. My father makes the best pancakes. I love a nice, good, fluffy, golden pancake. And
Yes.
I've experimented around with like adding like a little cinnamon here and there, like creating like my own like flavor for my pancakes. But hey, pancakes, I got you on some pancakes, baby. I
Yes.
love that's like my favorite thing to make for breakfast. It's definitely some pancakes. Oh,
Same. My favorite thing, if it's on the menu, which most times it is not always good, but French toast. I used to cook really, really, really good French toast. I'm still experimenting with it because I've had my brother's French toast and his French toast. My French toast ain't got nothing on his. So I was like, dang, I had to question myself, like, do I really have good French toast? But I found my way to those pancakes, baby. I get the perfect shape and everything, and I learned it's not the first or second pancake, that third, fourth, or fifth
right.
pancake.
Come on, you got the
That
first
butter
one making
get
sure it's
burnt.
hot.
Yes. Oh my God, it be hitting, bro. And I do the same thing. I experiment. I don't just use the Aunt Jemima's box. I gotta put my own little stuff in it to make it taste like, all right, this is Yaya's pancake. It's a regular pancake. You know you gotta add your own little.
Right.
Yes. Shoot, I love pancakes too. Breakfast, yeah. And I love that you could have any, like you could use potatoes for breakfast. You could make a bacon. You could do different things with eggs. There's so many different things. You can have a pork chop for breakfast. It's how you make it.
It's how
Steak,
you
lamb
make
chop.
it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, remind me to make you a buffalo chicken egg roll. Fire. If you want a little fast snack, I can make some fire buffalo chicken egg roll.
I love your sliders when we had the charcuterie board.
Oh yes,
party.
I think I made buffalo chicken. Did I make buffalo chicken?
It was buffalo
cheeseburger.
Chicken. Yeah.
And I made one other one. I can't remember, but I like. I can throw down when I want
Those
to.
are really good. So I will say I followed a recipe for a vegan cheesesteak roll, and me and someone that I made it with at that time, it was okay. I was like, because they didn't say add salt, pepper, nothing. I'm like,
no ingredients.
And that person, I was like, we should add something too, and they're like, no, let's follow the exact recipe. We were like, okay, and in my head, I'm like, I'm eating it because it's paid for. So I was like, I'm gonna try again, bro. I tried again with the seasons that I wanted. Fire, so good. Basically, they just told you how to roll the meat and the cheese. They ain't no recipe. So it's my recipe. We're gonna have a party. One day you're gonna make noodles with one of those pastas that you said. One day I'm gonna make my stir fry for you.
Yes.
And then one day we're gonna have the cheesecake egg roll. And I love vegan things. So
yeah.
Last thing for me, I had a party and we had chicken wings, we had deviled eggs, we had ziti, like whatever. But I also think about my pescatarian family members and friends and my vegan family members and friends. So my mom made the ziti with the turkey meat and the cheese and da da da. And I was like, well, if we're gonna have ziti for them, we gotta have it for the vegans too. I never in my life, because I always go, like, if you good with this is your thing, that's my mom's thing, this is my brother's thing. I never made lasagna. I never made ziti because that's my mom's thing, bro. When I tell you, my vegan ziti was so bomb. It was so bomb. Like,
okay,
my
Mom,
brother,
didn't say
my brother
none.
ate it. It was, I'm gonna make you some, girl. My brother ate it. My friend, she's a pescatarian, she ate it, and my cousin ate it. And I was like, all right, they eating it or whatever. But it was at the end of the party when, people taking food to go. My aunt was like asking my cousin, do you want something? She said, yeah. She was like, how much? She was like, fill up the whole bowl. Because I had to go bowl. That made me feel so good. And what topped it off was the next day, he texted me like, hey, what's the recipe for the ziti that you made?
Yeah, you know it's good when they ask you for the recipe. Like, yes, I did that.
Yes, and it tastes better as a leftover because I put it in the oven for maybe 25 minutes. But when that cheese hit that microwave or back in the oven, baby, the day 2, day 3, it was so good. Oh my God! But I'm gonna make that for you.
I can make you, girl. You know they be saying vegan cheese don't melt, so
no, it melted. It melted. I had found vegan, all the stuff, like whatever my mom said she used. I did get the just egg because she said she used the egg to just like bring it together. So I got just egg, but I was like, I don't know if I need it. So I let Ronald take that home. He can have that. But I didn't use that at all. But everything my mom said she used, cheddar cheese, this cheese, that cheese, I found it the vegan alternative. vegan. I felt the vegan alternative. It was hitting. But nonetheless, we love food. I would like to have a boo thing so I could cook for him.
Same, girl, same. I want to throw down in the kitchen again.
Yeah, and then we can have a bestie. I wouldn't say one day because those meals that we said don't go together. But maybe like every other month or every like third Sunday or whatever, we get together and have a meal together. That would be fun.
Yes, I would love that. I got side chick.
Oh my God.
You make the meat.
Oh my God. That would be fun. Shoot, we could watch a movie. Dinner and a movie.
And some wine.
We gonna be fun.
Verre de vin. Oh, did I say that right? Sorry,
Girl,
I'm practicing my friend.
French.
I want to say glass of wine. Verre de vin. I think I said it right. Anyway.
Okay. All right, you ready to go to the next segment?
Yes, ma'am. Because I'm really hungry, so we need to get up out of this episode. So next we're going to head on into the community news. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. It's time for announcements. Which means we made it to the end of the episode. And first things first, we need to go ahead and thank my cousin for coming through, Miss Nuké, the vegan, okay? For coming through, letting us know about all things vegan, how it makes us healthy, her experience as being a vegan. Like, thank you for coming through, blessing us with your knowledge. Because y'all, if y'all were listening, she been vegan for years, okay? So she know what she's talking about. She in this thing, all right? But yes, can't wait to have you again. But it was wonderful having you. I love you. We appreciate you. Until next time, baby.
And our question: write a letter to your younger self, offering advice and support as you navigate a challenging situation. I'll read that one more time because I think I read it wrong. Write a letter to yourself, offering advice and support as you navigate a challenging situation. What guidance would you offer yourself? And sometimes, like, this makes me think of that 5-year letter. Sometimes it's good to read back, like the past you writing a letter to your future self. That's what I think of hearing that. So whatever even if you're in a situation, if you can step away from that, what would you want your friend, your family member, someone else to say, or what would you say? What would you say to somebody else if they were in that situation? So whether it's writing a letter for your future self or writing a letter for yourself now and taking yourself out of that situation, what would that letter be? What would that support or advice be to self?
Yes, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be doing this one. I already have an idea of what I'm going to need to write a letter for myself for, because life about to be lifing. I need to remind myself, baby, you got this. What you tripping for?
Don't even think of it like that. Think of, I'm about to be doing this thing, and there may be some challenging moments, but I got this.
Absolutely. That too. And make sure that y'all are following us on all of the socials. On Instagram, make sure you're following us on the YouTube. Make sure that you are subscribing to the podcast, whether that's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. And when you subscribe to YouTube, you can watch it on there as well. Just make sure that y'all are tuning in. And when you tune in, you like what you hear and you share with other people so they can subscribe too and make sure they are following as well. LoveLoudd LLC on the gram. Follow. You can also get those links in the description.
The description box?
In the description, yes.
Okay. And while you're there, wherever platform you're on, if you can kindly leave us a review that lets people know how you feel about our quote-unquote product, what you think about us. If you love it, if you hate it, let the people know so that they know what kind of content we have to share on our platforms.
Absolutely. And do not forget to visit our website. That is www.LoveLoudd.com. If you don't add the extra D, it's going to take you somewhere else. It's not going to be us. You're not going to see our beautiful faces pop up on that home page. All right. So while you are there, you can check out our old blogs. You can check out our shop. You can check out our About Us. You can check out our photos. And if you even go to the website, we got links that lead you to everywhere that you need to go there as well, whether that's social media, YouTube, podcast, all of that is on the website too. So you can't say you don't know where to find it. There's too many places for you able to find it. All right. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you once again for joining us here on the Truth Carpet. But until next time, we will see y'all in 2 weeks.
You will hear us in your ears in 2 weeks. Stay black.
Stay proud. Yeah.
Bye, y'all.